Good morning, Renegade fans. It is a beautiful morning here in Norman, Oklahoma. Does anyone have the time? It is 8:26. The games are going to start in a few minutes. Our first game is versus the Houston Hurricanes. I am your host, Gina Devenish, and Hunter Weissman will be my co-host. He'll be in and out because he's going to help with some hitting during this game. So we are really looking forward to playing today. We are so excited. Some of us got in on Sunday night. Some of us got here yesterday. And so we're feeling good. We're refreshed. We're ready to play. So we are very excited. We are the home team, which means we will be in the field first. Very excited. I'm using some brand new headphones that I bought myself specifically for these live streams. So if you could let me know how these headphones sound, because I have no idea. And just let me know that you can hear me and then audio is decent. So I don't know who is on here yet. I see 3 people watching, but I'm not entirely sure who they are. So if you're on, feel free to say hi. All right, can I see the Hunter? So both teams are about to do their blindfold check. Here is our lineup for today's game for the Renegades. We have number 46, Joe McCormick, leading off, followed by number 53, Sean Devenish, followed by number 30, Joe Yee, with Guy as our designated fielder, number 37, Shane Kenton, number 24, Luis Rodriguez, and then number 1, Ivan Rodriguez. So I think it's going to be a really great game. Dean Vasile, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh wait, Dino, that's you, right? Thanks for tuning in, pal. Really happy to see you. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share this live stream with your friends and family so we can get more people watching and more people cheering us on. We have the guys over here. They're lining up to do a blindfold check. Laura, thank you so much for tuning. Lori, thank you for tuning in. If you could tell us how you're connected to the Renegades, it'd be awesome. Hey, Kathy, thanks for tuning in. If Tyler is watching, let us know. Hey, Allison, thanks for tuning in. So Tyler's got to be watching, definitely. So, Marie Keene, thanks for tuning in. We're getting started very, very shortly. Oh, it is? Okay, yeah, and Dino's on, and Tyler's mom and sister are on, so I assume that means he's on as well. All right. So, yeah, they're all standing, waiting to do a blindfold check. Ace is singing the Canadian national anthem. Again, be sure to share this with your family and friends. Hey, Don, thanks for tuning in. There's your boy right there, waiting for his blindfold check. Who's our umpire for today? What is his name? Rob, what's our umpire's name? Battery pack fell. I gotta fix that. Alright. Sorry guys, kinda had a boring start because we're waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for, but we're waiting. They're ready for the blindfold checks. We're just waiting for that to happen. We're still accepting donations to help us get to next year's World Series. Lainey, do you want to talk about the fundraiser? Okay. All right. Before we get started, I want to turn this over to Lainey real quick, and she is going to talk about the fundraiser we have going on here. Lainey, put these on.
Hi, Renegades fans. We currently have a raffle going on for fundraising. We have some amazing prizes that are given out. This raffle will run through November, so you have a lot of time to sign up. One of the prizes is a stay in a New Hampshire timeshare for a week in February, generously donated by the Zuccarella family. We also got a iPad from the Lions Club, and we have a signed photo of a Patriots player, Drutchich Wise, and tickets cost $25, and we'd love your support. You can find information about this on our website, and we would love your support if you can. And go Renegades!
All right, thank you, Lainey. Hey, Sarah, thank you so much for tuning in. I will try to get someone to maybe post the link to the raffle in our comments. Do you have your phone? Do you have your phone?
If you can find the link to the raffle, would you be willing to post it in the comments?
All right. Yeah, so we'll get on that. You can post the link in the comments if people want to buy a ticket. Some pretty great prize, guys. I'm definitely going to buy a ticket at some point. Hey, Joyce, thanks for tuning in. You boys are all ready to go. All right, so we have our... Hey, Dean, thank you so much for tuning in. We're really happy to have you. They're doing their blindfold check right now. Yep. Dean's watching. Again, can someone let me know how the sound is here? Weissman, say hi to your mother.
Who's my mother?
Check the email. There's a Renegade. Check your Renegade email. Rob sent an email about it, and you can probably find the link there. All right. So the Renegades are about to hit the field, and we are gonna get this game started. Super pumped for this. He's otherwise occupied right now. Annette Johnson, thank you for tuning in. If you could tell us how you're connected to Beatball, that'd be awesome. Even if you just found us through our social media. Hey, Lisa, happy birthday. Thank you for tuning in. So, for those just tuning in now, the Renegades are the home team. So they have taken the field, and we are about to get started. All right. All right. Do you want to switch? You can talk to them and do the play-by-play. All right. So I'm going to hand it over to Hunter. He's going to do the more play-by-play stuff.
Okay. Here you go. Here. Okay. Houston is taking offense, warming up. I got it. As we have the Boston defense on the field, as we have Guy Zuccarella, number 9, playing the right shorty position. Rob Dias playing the left shorty position who is number 18. Shane Canton, number 37, is playing the third base position, as Joe McCormick, number 46, is playing rover. Sean Devenish, midfield, number 53, and Luis Rodriguez, number 24, playing the first base side. As leading off, we have number 24, Tim Cyphers. And the first pitch to Cyphers is swung on and missed for strike one. Cyphers batting from the right side of the plate. His tall black sox as misses low in the dirt for strike two. Cyphers also wearing some navy blue Franklin batting gloves, elbow back towards the catcher as he swings through for strike three. Kind of has a golf-like swing down towards his ankles as he gets set in the box. And the 0-3 pitch is swung on and missed, and Cyphers goes down on strikes for the first out of the game. And following the strikeout for the first out of the game is Blake Boudreau. He's wearing the number 12 on the back of his jersey, stepping into the right-hander's batter's box. He's probably standing at around the height of 6'4", wearing white baseball pants, orange Houston Hurricanes jersey, with an orange sleeve on his left arm, orange Under Armour batting gloves as he swings and fouls it back towards the Hurricanes bench on the third base side for strike one. For those just tuning in, the Renegades are the home team, so they are taking the field on defense first. The Hurricanes are up to bat with one out in the inning. And the 0-1 is fouled back towards the catcher. Strike two. Nice catch by the catcher back there as he's wearing a softball helmet with a cage to protect his face. And the next pitch is grounded hard down the left field line and foul. Rob Dias in the area, moving over to his right to try and get that ball. Grass is pretty short today, so it's going to be a fast field. Kind of feels like turf underneath my feet right now. As Boudreau has 3 strikes. Still has a take, though, as he has a closed batting stance setting up at the plate. Over to backwards cap. And the next pitch is fouled back towards the booth for... Okay, Rob, first of all, that was way out of the catcher's reach. I want to see you laying out for that ball. You sit down on a stool. Time is called because we're trash talking each other on the bench. And the 0-3 pitch to Boudreau. Swung on and lined hard down the left field line and foul. Went way foul towards the soccer nets that are right on the fence behind the Hurricanes bench. So the third base umpire has to chuck it a long way just to even get it back to the pitcher. Our spotters for today, we have number 33, Brian Grillo. On the left side and the right side, we have number 32, Jason Lenacek. As we still have an 0-3 count on Boudreau. He has a close stance with his front foot facing the first base bag, and he lines it hard down the left field line fair towards Canton. Gets under Canton, Boudreau sprinting to first base, and he scores. As we have 1-0 in favor of Houston. As that ball was lined right down the third base line. Shane Canton diving to his right at the third base position, and it got underneath him, and Joe McCormick sprinting over to try and get that ball, but kind of overran it, which allowed Boudreau to score. He's running to the first base bag. It was a really quality. It was a quality at-bat by Blake Boudreau. As we have a 1-0 lead for Houston. Boudreau was down 0-3 and battled to score that run. As we have number 2, Walters. box, right-handed hitter. Taking some practice swings in the box. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one.
Watch those spinners. Lou, watch those spinners.
Walters has a sort of a golf-like swing, the bat barrel down towards his ankles. And the next pitch is foul tipped back towards the catcher for strike two. Walters also has a closed batting stance, front foot facing the first base bag, wearing Nike orange cleats and long white baseball pants as he's readjusting in the batter's box. And the next pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. Walter's bat is kind of just behind his neck on his shoulder as he's being readjusted to rotate himself more towards the center of the field. And the 0-3 swung on and missed, and Walters goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. One run in and 2 outs for Marquez. He's wearing number 3 on the back of his jersey. As he's getting his bearings, getting set in the box. He's wearing a blue blindfold, not like the standard black blindfold, with red Nike batting gloves and tall orange socks. As the Hurricanes go to the bullpen to face Marquez. Marquez has some tattoos kind of going up his forearms. Can't entirely tell what they are. He's even wearing an Apple Watch on his left wrist. As Marquez is getting a base check, it looks like we're getting a new ball because that ball is having some issues here. Rohan, how we doing, bud? Nice to see you. Janice, thanks for tuning in. Marquez also swinging a gray, looks like a silver gray softball bat. He's even wearing some gray cleats. They look like they're Nike cleats. The backwards Houston Astros cap on his head as he's getting his base check first and then third. He's got an interesting batting stance as he fouls it and is really late and fouls it back towards the booth for strike one. He's kind of got his bat a little bit over his head, back towards the catcher, both elbows up. And the next pitch is grounded weakly up the middle. Rob Dye is coming in on it. Marquez is running to third base. It's going to be close, and he scores. 2-0 Houston, as that ball was grounded weakly, kind of had a lot of topspin on it as Marquez got on top of it and rolled probably 60 feet up the middle towards the left shorty position where Rob Dias was playing. Dias kind of came in on it and was a little bit far away from the ball and was unable to make the play before Marquez could score. So we got 2 outs and 2 in for Hutchins, number 17, back to his jersey. He's also a right-handed hitter, stepping into the box as the pitcher is helping him get set up at the plate. Hutchins is going with no batting gloves. He kisses his bat. As Hutchins gets his base check, kind of has more of a traditional batting stance. Feet kind of shoulder width apart, a little bent to the knees, and the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Hutchins was very late on that swing. He's wearing some gray Nike cleats and some black elbow pads as the 0-1 is popped high and deep to left field over the Hurricanes bench for strike two. So certainly trying to find that timing here. So he was very late on the first pitch and very early on the second. As the pitcher steps back on the mound and uses the towel on his shorts to wipe off the ball as the grass is pretty wet here early in the morning. As Hutchins gets another base check. He's kind of wearing a white blindfold, it looks like, over his face. And the 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. That pitch was a little high. Hutchins swung under it a little bit.
Coming out, guys!
And the 0-3 to Hutchins is taken. And the count is full, 1-3. Hutchins getting set in the box. And the pitch. He swung on and missed, and Hutchins goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And after a half inning, the Hurricanes are up 2-0, going to the bottom of the 1st. And Gina will take over for the offense.
All right. Thank you so much, Hunter, for doing the defense for me. I just want to thank a couple of you for tuning in. Michelle Linton-White, thanks for tuning in. Don Corbin, thank you so much. Janice, Deborah Berg-Fly, thanks for tuning in. Anita Hurd, thanks for tuning in. Gladys, thanks for tuning in. All right. I am going to mute this for a little bit so we don't hear the game strategy. All right, and we are back. Up first, leading off, number 46, Joe McCormick. And we have, so it looks like the defense is getting themselves set in the field. We have Hunter doing on form. Our umpire today is Robert. He's been umpiring in the World Series for a long time, and he's one of those that I really like. I think he does a great job. Joe Mack is doing his base check. He just needed first base again. We have number 44, Ron Cochran, pitching. And swing and a miss for strike 1. We have number 62, head coach Rob Weissman as our catcher. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Luis LeBron, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Please let us know how you're connected to Beatball. That's a take for a full count. Max strikes out. Up next, number 53, Sean Devenish. Marie O'Connor Sweeney, thank you so much for tuning in. Swing and a miss for strike one. Got a grounder, and he's making his way to first base. And Sean scores the run. All right, so Sean puts the Renegades on the board. Joe Yee. Tana Gregston, thank you for tuning in. So, Yee's pitcher is number 7, Peter Connolly, who also happens to be Joe Yee's cousin. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Was a foul tip for strike 3. That makes it a full count. Joey strikes out. Next is number 37, Shane Kin.
Go for your almost girlfriend, Shayna.
So Shane is actually wearing shorts today instead of the typical baseball pants because it is really hot today. And Shane has his sleeves rolled all the way up to his shoulders. It looks like he's wearing a tank top. He's got multiple knee pads on to protect his knees. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Shane actually has brand new cleats that he was bringing in yesterday. Brand new navy blue and white Nike cleats.
Good, brother. Swing hard.
Fly ball, and it's foul.
Good rock, Shayna.
Alright, so Shane is getting himself set up again. Getting into his stance. 3-0 count. Hard grounder, and he's making his way to first base. Woo! All right, so Shane brings the score tied 2-2. Up next we have, yeah. Up next, number 24, Luis Rodriguez, a.k.a. L-Rod. Janice Kimball, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, they are fixing the first base. They had to make some adjustments because it got knocked over. Louis getting his base check. All right, and we're going. James Stather, thank you for tuning in. Fly ball, and he's making his way to first base. And Louis scores the run. So the Renegades are ahead now, 3-2. We are officially on top. Nice job, Louis. So we have number 47, Drew Crook, substituting for Ivan.
Let's go, baby, Padruga.
All right, and Robert is in the way, so I can't see him hitting right now, but I'm not going to make him move because he's an official. All right. Did I do that right? Oh, okay, got it. Okay, yeah, thanks. All right, so Brian just helped me make some adjustments on my score sheet. Yeah. Okay. Sean just rolled a water bottle at me. Speaking of water, can someone grab me one? Water? Yeah. The cooler, yeah. Thank you. Alright. Alright, now we can see Drew. Ooh. Line drive, and he's making his way to third base. And Drew scores the run, making it 4-2 Renegades. So we are back to the top of our order. So we're back to the top of the order with number 46, Joe McCormick. Joe struck out in his first at-bat, but I am fully confident that he'll be able to put the ball in the play. Hey, Carolyn, thank you so much for tuning in. Your boy's doing great. He scored us, I think, 4 runs so far, so 3 out of 4 runs. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Carolyn Sarah's here too. She should be here a little bit later today. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Evan, thank you so much for tuning in. If you could tell us how you're connected to Beatball, that'd be great. It's a take for a full count. Max strikes out. That ends the inning, so we are about to go into the second inning. So the score is now 4-2 Renegades. And I am going to hand it back over to Hunter shortly when we start playing again. In the meantime, instead of muting it, I'm going to take a minute to talk about the people that help us to get to these places. We rely solely on donations and paying out of pocket to get to these tournaments, and we truly appreciate our friends and family and fans like you who donate to us and help us get there. Another organization that helps us a lot is the Challenged Athletes Foundation, or CAF for short. They provide grants to disabled athletes to help them play the sports they love. They go to help pay for specialized equipment or travel expenses, anything like that. So whether you're blind, use a mobility aid, have a limb difference, whatever your disability may be, the Challenged Athletes Foundation is there to help you. So if you're unable to donate to us, we'd love it if you donate to the Challenged Athletes Foundation, because you could help the next Renegade make it to the World Series. Thank you so much for watching. Hey Naomi, thank you so much for tuning in. Your boy is out there. Alright, and the defense is set in the field. The first batter is coming up, and I'm going to hand it over to Hunter.
Alright, nice job, Gina. Here we go. The Renegades score 4 runs to take a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the first, going into the top of the second. And we have the bottom of the order with Biggins wearing the number 8 on the back of his jersey, batting on the right-hand side. He's standing on top of home plate right now, kind of getting his base check first and then third. Renegades made a slight change of defense as we have Chris Kimball coming in, right shorty, with the rest of the defensive outfield the same. Biggins is pretty tall. He's standing at probably roughly 6'3", I would have to say. He's wearing knee-high, Under Armour white baseball pants, and sort of tall black socks, and blue Adidas cleats. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1, as he kind of has more of a golf-like swing, more towards his ankles, trying to lift the ball. He's also wearing some white batting gloves on his sleeve as he swings through the shirt. Swinging a black Easton bat with a yellow grip. He's getting set in the box, taking a little some practice swings. And the next pitch is line up the middle, right at Rob Dice, past him to his left. Devenish diving for it, and McCormick has it for the out. What a play by Joe McCormick at the rover position to get to that ball to make the first out of the inning. Score that play of 46 as that ball was scorched to the left center side, past Rob Dice to his left as Sean Devenish was diving to his right. It even got past him, but Joe McCormick managed to dive just in time to his right to make that play for the first out of the inning. As we move back up to the top of the lineup for Tim Cyphers. He's wearing the number 24 on the back of his jersey. Bat from the right side. Cyphers gets his base check first base and then third. Truly incredible play by Joe McCormick to save a run there, as it was very close. It was the last second play. Certainly getting the Renegades bench fired up. This time is called for a passing golf cart. And we're fixing third base right now, because it's a little off, as Biggins was going to third base on that play, so kind of tackled it, and Speaker kind of got offset there. This looks like it's working now. We got a 4-2 score, with the Houston Hurricanes scoring 2 times in the top of the first, with the Renegades scoring 4 of their own in the bottom half, as we're in the top of the second inning. Boudreau and Marquez have scored the first 2 runs for the Hurricanes so far. Cyphers is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the top of the first inning. As the first pitch is foul tipped back towards the catcher for strike 1. Those pitches are right around his ankles. Cyphers is swinging very low. As the next pitch is in the dirt for strike 2. Cyphers is getting reset in the box, taking a practice swing and then set. And the 0-2 is swung on and fouled back towards the Renegades bench for strike 3. Starting to get a little hotter here. It's 83 degrees right now on an open field in Oklahoma. And the 0-3 swung on and missed, and Cyphers goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. The pitch was again in the dirt, kind of hit the plate as Cyphers swung through it. As Blake Boudreau comes back up, who was 1 for 1. He scored the first run of the game back in the top of the first inning, as he lined a ball down the left field line at Shane Canton, and he was unable to make the play as Boudreau scored. As Boudreau gets his base check first and then third base. Boston defense eager to get out of this inning to score more runs. As the first pitch to Boudreau is swung on and missed for strike 1. Boudreau has a very violent swing. Coming through, swing down towards his knees, with his stance closed facing the first base bag. The bat facing the Houston bench as it's swung on for strike 2. Boudreau, a longtime veteran of the baseball community, as he swings through it for strike 3. This time is called for a passing golf cart that is going around in left field. This time is still called as this golf cart is kind of racing around in the outfield, as we have an 0-3 count on Boudreau. Shoulders facing back towards the catcher as he swings through and misses for strike 4. And after 1.5, we still have 4-2. in favor of the Renegades going into the bottom of the second. In comes Joe Yee and Shane Canton. Back to you, Gina.
All right, thank you, Hunter. Hey, Rohan's cheering for you. All right, so that was a really interesting inning there. Yes, that was a really, really great play. So we're going to go back on the offense. I should mention this before. We have Christian Thaxton here with us this week. He may or may not get in. We'll see. But he's definitely going to here support us, help us with our hitting and all that. We are very lucky to have him, and we are really, really excited. So whenever we're about to get started. We have number 53, Sean Devenish. Sean is the one that put the Renegades on the board for this game. And I have no doubt he'll be able to do it again. Yeah, so Joe, everyone is saying great job, great play. Yeah. So the defense is getting themselves set in the field. They made a substitution in the field. So again, we have a raffle going on right now. We have some really, really great prizes. I'm working on trying to get a link in the comments. If I can't do it for this game, I will definitely get it going for the next game. But you can check out our website for more information about that raffle. It's $25 a ticket, and it'll really, really help us get to the next World Series. Because this is our most expensive tournament we go to, so we really need all the help we can get to make it there. You could win a week in February at a timeshare, you could win an iPad, lots of good stuff. Alright, so we have number 44, Ron Cochran pitching. Swing nurse for strike one. Ashley, thank you for tuning in. I don't know if you saw that killer put out that Joe made earlier, but it was awesome. Line drive, and he's making his way to third base. He missed the base, but he managed to get back in time. So that was a close one. Sean got really lucky, but you know what? I mean, that ball went really far. Sean missed the base, but got really lucky and made it back. So, good job, Sean. Hey, Adam, thanks for tuning in. I don't know if you saw that bomb that Dev just hit. Alright, up next, number 30, Joe Yee. And pitching to him is his cousin, number 7, Peter Connolly. Rohan, it was definitely quite the hit, and I'm so glad he was able to recover and score the run. Got a grounder, and he's making his way to third base. Got past all the defenders. Way to go, Jody. Excellent. That brings us 6-2 Renegades. Up next, number 37, Shane Cannon. Yeah, so Shane did score in the first inning. I have no doubt he'll be able to put the ball in play again. It's just truly amazing. Alright. Guys, Dean is all over the live stream comments. Fly ball, and he's making his way to first base. I can't see the base, but... And he's safe! That makes it, like, I think 7-2. I apologize. People were in the way, and I couldn't see the base, but he did score.
What's up with that?
Up next, number 24, Elrod. I believe Elrod scored a run in the first inning. I have no doubt he'll be able to put it in play again. But I'm really excited right now. Dean, tell him to watch. Then they'll know why you're yelling. So, Peter's going out to check first base. The sound is really low, so we're making sure that it's working properly. They're adjusting the speaker a little bit. Alright, we fixed it and we're good. Dave, thank you so much. Yep, that is indeed the raffle link. So, if you're watching, feel free to click on that link in the comments and buy a raffle ticket. Thank you so much, Dave, for doing that. Another grounder, and he's making his way to first base. I can't see because people are in the way. Unfortunately, he got put out, but that was really close. Up next, number 40, Chris Kimball. He was put out by number 3. I don't know his name, though. Would you get under this tent, please? Get in the
I don't know who this is.
Alright, Kimball's going. Line drive making his way to first. And Kimball scores! So, back to the top of our order with number 46, Joe McCormick. So Joe Mack has struggled on offense today, but he did great on defense. But Joe Mack is a great player. I have no doubt he'll be able to put this ball into play. I have full confidence in him. Fly ball, and he's making his way to third base. And he scored the run. All right. Oh, they're actually. Oh, they're challenging it. We're not sure if it was. They're checking with the fielder. That ball might have gone foul. They're just making sure. Okay, it was a foul ball, so unfortunately that run didn't count. But that's okay. Now that Joe has made contact, I have no doubt he'll be able to do it again. Winnie Dillon, thank you so much for tuning in. If you could tell us how you're connected to Beatball, that'd be great. Even if you just found us on social media. Another short grounder. He's making his way to first. And he's safe.
Hey, Johnny, let's keep it rolling.
All right, so the Renegades are killing it right now. So, up next, number 53, Sean Devonish. So we are making our way back around. The score is now 9-2 Renegades. We are having an amazing game today. I have no doubt we'll be able to keep it up. We are a great team. We know how to play our game. And this is the game that we know how to play. These are the Renegades that I know. And I'm really happy about it. Carol Backman, thank you for tuning in. No one has told me what the sound is. I just want to know what these headphones sound like just for my own personal information. Does it sound good? Does it sound muffled? Does it sound like I'm talking in a tin can? Like I'm just curious to know if these headphones are worth keeping or using again. Got a short grounder, and he's making his way to first base. Trying to move so we can see him. And he is safe. Thank you, Sarah. As long as I sound clear enough and you can understand me, that's all I care about. Okay, yeah, so again, I can't do, well, careful, right here. I can't do anything about the wind, unfortunately, but as long as you can hear me. Catherine Connolly, thank you for tuning in. Your brother's out there right now, as well as your cousin. They scored in this last inning, so see if we can get it. Foul back, and it landed right in a Hurricane player's lap. That's kind of funny. It's a double play right there.
It landed right in the Hurricane player's lap.
If that happened in the field, that'd be a double play. his way to third. I can't see. Oh, and he's out, unfortunately. So that is 2 outs. Up next, number 37, Shane Canton. Unfortunately, that was a really great hit, and I think it looked like a close play. So, but that's okay. We're still doing a great job. You know, these things happen. We're still having a great inning. And let's see if Shane can put the ball into play again. Shane is getting his base check. Foul tip for strike 1. Rob could have caught that. Dean, I wish you were here, man. You would be losing your mind right now. Dean. Yeah. Swing and miss for strike 2. Grounder, and he's making his way to first. He didn't hear the base at first, but he's going. Oh, and he's out. But it was a late base call. It was a late base. They're checking to make sure it wasn't actually a late base. He had trouble hearing it, I guess. All right, so that was definitely an out. We are gonna take a 5-minute break. So, all right, so I'm gonna hand this over to Hunter now.
Hey, where's Joe? Joe Mack. Come here, bud. Yeah, come over here. Come over here. I just want to talk about that play that you made over in the rover position. Can you just tell me about what your mindset was when you were running over to that ball?
Yeah, Brian called a 5. Brian called a 5. I misheard it. I thought it was a little bit to my left, but headed left. I then heard Sean say it was a little bit to his right, so I readjusted quick at the end and laid out, got right in the chest. So it looked harder than it really was. Brian made it easier, and I made it harder.
Would you say that kind of lit a fire under you guys' lit a fire in your bellies, sort of, to score all those runs on the offensive side of the ball?
For sure. Anytime you can make a play out of that deep, it really inspires everybody. So excited to get out there, and it made up for my lack of offensive performance in the first inning. So I was glad to get it personal.
All right, Joe. Thanks, bud. Good job. Kimball, come here. Oh, okay. Who else? Sean. Why don't you come here? All right, Sean. So.
First of all, can I say happy birthday to my mother?
Yes, you can.
Birthday, mother.
All right. Happy birthday to Miss Devonish. All right. So, I have a question for you. All right. So, how are we feeling right now about the energy on for us Boston?
We're feeling it. We're feeling it right now. We are every hit, you hear an audible ooh or ah, or every play when you hit the base, there's 10 people cheering. We are feeling it right now.
What would you say the atmosphere is on defense?
We're confident out there on defense. Like that ball Joe Mack made. It got by me, but I knew he was there, and I called ring. He was right there. Okay? That's the communication we have that a lot of other teams don't.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey Lou, come here, bud. We're doing player interviews right now. Walk a little bit towards me. How would you feel that how do you feel about your offensive performance so far?
I feel great. I feel I've been working all year long for this, so I'm just ready to go. So I'm happy.
How do you feel the atmosphere is in terms of energy and just motivation to just go out there and play hard and everything like that?
Oh, absolutely. After the first couple of rounds, it gets really, really intense, and everybody feels the energy of just want to play and want to win this game. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. So let's go.
All right, keep it up, Lou. Thank you very much. Hey, Drew. Interview time. Interview time. Let's go over here. Because just getting some interviews in. Come over this way. This way. Follow my voice. A little bit to your left. To your left. We're stuck on the wire. Hold on. Yep. Good. Come on in. All right, Drew. You made great contact on that run that you scored in your last at bat. How do you think that can help you continue to be consistent and everything and keep scoring?
Well, I mean, for me, it's just thinking about BP. Just treating it like it's BP. There's nobody on the field. Just swing. Just do my swing. Stay in my zone and just swing the bat.
All right. So going off of that, I mean, scored a few runs. It's starting to, I'd say motivate people, inspire people, players to, do their job and do everything like that. What did you say that does to an atmosphere like this?
Oh, it definitely brings the atmosphere up. When everybody's succeeding, everybody just brings everybody's excitement up. Everybody's having fun. We can lose, we relax, and then we just kind of play our game. Not worry about any extraneous outside things.
All right, thanks, Drew.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Shane, come here. Interview time.
I just missed the base.
So let me ask you that question. So what's the adjustment? What's the adjustment there? And what did you hear?
So there definitely was a late base, and then I heard first because first is a low. So I was already tiptoeing towards third, and then when I tried to overcompensate, I cut across and I overcompensated too much and bananaed the base.
Hey, I mean, adjustments can be made and everything like that, but you are swinging the bat pretty well, in my opinion. So, what's your mindset going up to the plate?
Not to listen to Rob. Just stay chill. Stay back. I've been working a lot on getting my lower body involved. Cochran, it was pitcher Cochran was the first, and then Peter's been showing me my hands. I've been getting used to my legs and everything else working together. So it's starting to get there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, son.
Good job. Joe Yee, come here. Joe Yee, interview time. Joe Yee, come here. Interview time. Good job. Hey, Rob, you're next. This way, turn around. All right, Joe. All right, first question for you. I have two. All right. So you've been making pretty good contact with the ball. I mean, you've been all year. So is it any different at the World Series in terms of your mindset or no?
No, it's the same, just like practice.
All right. And how would you say your relationship with you and Peter on the mound, making adjustments and having the good cadence and everything like that?
Well, when we click, I'm hitting well.
That's true. All right. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Peter, come here. How do you feel about the Renegades atmosphere so far during this?
Good, really good team atmosphere. We're all rooting for each other, pulling for each other, staying in the game. So it's good.
And as a pitcher, what is it? So as a Ace kind of Willie Peter a little bit. So as a pitcher, we were discussing on the sideline in terms of adjustments, sort of going out there and making adjustments to certain hitters. How's that process go through your mind per pitch?
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to tell. It's right in front of you. You're 21 feet away, so it's hard to tell where you're missing. So, with Yee, I couldn't tell where I was missing. We have some video. I was looking at it. I was a little too high, so I made that adjustment, and then I think we got a hit the next time. He had another hit just now. So, yeah, you got to, I only have a couple hitters, so I know my hitters really well. Just want to find the spot, right? So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Pete. All right, so done with the interviews for now. Nice job, Gina, doing the offense. Looks like we're done with our break, and we're going to the defensive portion for the Renegades, and those the Houston Hurricanes are on offense. Yep. As we have, let's see, we have Walters coming back up to the plate. Wearing the number 2 on the back of his jersey. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first as we go to the top of the third. We've had quite a few great plays so far by the Renegades on defense and on offense. As the Renegades have Here, up here.
Yeah, so just put up above. Parry, 5, saves quick.
Quick, like the word quick? Alright.
Mark down the sub.
What's his name?
Quick, parry.
Alright, we have Walters coming up to the plate. Like I said, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. As the Boston defense is getting ready. No particular changes at all. Just a little reminder about who's playing where. We have Chris Kimball at the right shorty position. We have Rob Dias at the left shorty position with Shane Canton playing behind Dias at third base. We have Joe McCormick playing the rover position with Sean Devenish in front of him playing midfield and Luis Rodriguez playing on the first base side at first base. As we will be taking 5-minute breaks during games in terms of the heat, because it's going to get hotter as we go throughout the day. As we are back in play in the top of the third, we have a score. As he fouls it down the third base line for strike one, we have a score of 10-2. We have some cheering behind us on another field as it's lined up the middle right at Sean Devenish. He bounces over him and gets by McCormick, diving to his left, and he's safe. Had a few opportunities to make a play on defense as Sean Devenish dove to his right, as the ball bounces right over his feet. McCormick diving to his left to try and make the play, but was unable to do it in time before Walters scores down the third base line.
Coming out, Davey, ready?
The score is 10-3 in favor of the Renegades. As we have Marquez coming back up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day, scoring back in the first inning. As the Hurricanes switch pitchers here. Marquez is getting his base check. First and third base. As he has a very peculiar batting stance with his bat kind of above his head, more back towards the catcher on his right side. His weight back towards the catcher as well. As he has a late swing line down the right field line and foul. Pretty dangerously late. As we are in the line of fire. As with a right-handed hitter, if you're late on the ball, and if you're on the first base side, the ball's going to come in your direction. As Marquez is getting reset in the box. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike two. Very, very late swing on that one. The ball was practically in the catcher's mitt before he swung. And the 0-2 is swung on and foul tip back towards the catcher for strike three. Boston defense is certainly eager to make more plays as the defense has been pretty solid so far. And the 0-3 is swung in, missed. Very, very late swing for strike four as Marquez goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. As we have 1 in and 1 out for Hutchins, wearing number 17 on the back of his jersey. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. We have a golf cart coming through. Has a base on the back of the golf cart. Can certainly hear the sound of the cicadas in the trees out in left field. And, you know, the saying goes is everything's bigger in the South, and that's true. These bugs are huge. As Hutchins comes to the plate and fouls it right at us. Line drive at the canopy for strike one. Very, very late swing. That was scary. That ball was coming. If that ball was a little bit lower, that was coming straight for my head. I think I would have got it. I don't know. You were a little bit to the right. That ball was smoked. Hey, 62. Uncle. You're fine. I have hands too. Better hands than you. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled towards the Hurricanes bench for strike 2. So he was extremely late on the first pitch and very early on the second. Kind of similar to his first at-bat in the first. Hutchins trying to get reset at the plate as the catcher kind of helps him out to get his bearings. More of that traditional batting stance with his bat kind of facing the Hurricanes bench, sort of on an even plane as he swings through and misses for strike 3. As we have 1 out in the inning, the score is 10-3 Renegades. In the top of the third, with 1 out. And the next pitch is swung on and missed, and Hutchins goes down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. As we have Biggins coming back up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, being put out by Joe McCormick in his incredible diving play back in the 2nd inning. And surprisingly, Joe McCormick has the only put out for the Renegades on the defense so far, as the rest of the outs have been strikeouts. Biggins is getting set in the box. He's getting his base check, 3rd and then 1st. 2 outs and 1 in. The first pitch to Biggins swung on and missed for strike 1. Ball was a little down in the dirt, as Biggins has that golf-like swing down towards his ankles. It's only going to get hotter here in Oklahoma, as the high temperature today is supposed to be 102. And the next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Pitcher missing a little bit low. Ball's practically hitting the grass. Biggins has sort of a closed batting stance as he hits a high, deep drive to right center field, right at Sean Devenish, gets by him. Luis bounces off Rodriguez, and he scores the run running to third base. He certainly crushed that ball, as it kind of was hit right at Devenish, and Devenish kind of reached out his left arm and touched the ball. And Luis Rodriguez was right behind him trying to dive for it. Kind of ricocheted off his chest, out of his reach, and allowed Biggins to score the 4th run of the game for the Hurricanes. As we turn the lineup over for Cyphers, number 24, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Back in the 1st and 2nd inning. And we have 2 outs in the inning due to strikeouts. Cyphers get his base check 1st and then 3rd. This game certainly has been competitive, even though it has been sort of one-sided for the Renegades so far. Hurricanes trying to make a push to make the score closer, as they've scored 2 in the inning. And the first pitch to Cyphers is swung on and missed for strike 1. Very, very low target for Cyphers, as it's kind of around his knees, a little bit below. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. The ball is kind of scraping the grass, kind of hitting the plate a little bit. As the 0-2 pitch to Cyphers is swung on and missed for strike 3. Seemed like it just missed. As Cyphers swung through it. Readjusting in the box. So we have 2 outs in the inning, 3 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Cyphers goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And after 2.5, we have 10-4 in favor of the Renegades. And I'll turn it back over to Gina for the offense.
All right, thank you, Hunter. JJ, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you watching. Feel free to share this live stream with your family and friends. All right, so we are going into the bottom of the 3rd.
Hit the ball, yeah!
First, he's over there. No, that's mine.
Sarah, can you grab Sean a water? Sean needs water.
All right, so up first we have number 24, Luis Rodriguez. Elrod has put the ball in play twice so far in this game. He scored in our first inning and was put out in the second inning. So let's see what he can do in this 3rd inning. So far the Renegades, we've only had 3 strikeouts and 3 putouts. So we are doing amazing. Weissman's giving Elrod a little pep talk before we go into play here. All right. Ron Cochran is making his way to the mound. And here we go. Louis gets his base check. Grounder, and he's making his way to first base. And he scores a run. Bringing the score to 11-4 Renegades. Up next we have number 47, Drew Crook. Drew scored a run in the first inning. He hit a bomb out to the middle of the field. I have no doubt he'll be able to put the ball in play again, and I have full confidence in him. Sorry, the umpire's just announcing the substitutions. Randy Lyons, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right, Drew's getting his base check. We cleared up the substitution confusion, and we are back in play. Fly ball, and he's making his way to first base. Oh, and he's out.
Who made that put out? Who made the put out? What number was that?
Okay, so he was put out by number 5. All right. Bobby Andrews, thanks for tuning in. All right, so Randy Lyons, the score is 11-4. We are back to the top of our order with number 46, Joe McCormick. Sarah Regan, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so Joe Mack is struck out twice, but scored in the last inning, so we'll see if he can do it again. Got a grounder. He's making his way to first base. Oh, and Joe Mack unfortunately missed the base and was put out. Who was that? No, who made the put out?
Johnny fire burning on the base path. Whoa!
Okay, so Joe Mack was put out by number 19. Up next we have number 53, Sean Devenish. Sean has gone 3 for 3 today. So let's see if he can keep it going. Alright. Can't really see the pitcher, but that's okay. Swing and a miss for strike one. Darlene, thanks for tuning in. Short foul ball, short fly foul. Didn't make it over the 40-foot arc. High fly ball, and he's making his way to first base. And he scores the run. So, JJ. I like the harmony you got going there. All right. Up next, number 30, Joe Yee. So far, he struck out once, but put the ball into play twice. He scored in the second inning, but was then put out. That put out, though, that was a really, really good hit. But we're just making sure we're set in the field. Joe Yee's getting his base check. So I think that brings it 12-4, Renegades. Swing and a miss for strike one. Right up there. Swing and a miss for strike two. They just delivered a full water jug for us. Swing and a miss for strike three. It's taking a minute for the golf cart to move away. Nope. And that Joey strikes out, but that's okay. We scored another run, so we're still doing good. JJ, to go back to what you said about the pinky, I don't think that's necessary because we live stream these games now, and missing the base, it's, streamed live, and it's all over the internet for the world to see. I feel like that should be punishment enough. So the score is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-4 Renegades. The Renegades are making their way back into the field, and I'm going to hand it back over to... Oh, wait, hold on. Before I hand it to Hunter, there's one other way that you can help the Renegades make it to the next World Series. Another thing you can do for us is buy our merchandise. If you go to our website, click the shop button, and click on gear, you can find jerseys, you can find hats, water bottles. I think we have scarves, we have pants, we have bags, we have all kinds of good stuff. You can get your favorite Renegades player's name and number customized right on the merch, and we get some of those proceeds, and it really, really helps us. Just another way to help us get to the World Series. So feel free to shop and support your favorite Renegade. All right. Now I'm going to hand it over to Hunter.
Okay, so going into the top of the fourth inning, we have scored 12-4. As Navarro is pinch hitting for Blake Boudreau, making his first plate appearance of the World Series. Navarro stepping up to the plate. He's wearing a knee guard on his left knee, wearing black Nike cleats and an American flag bandana underneath his Houston Astros hat, as he's getting set in the box with his long black softball bat as it's grounded hard down the right field line. Zuccarello moving to his left. Rodriguez moving to his right. It gets by him, and Navarro scores. Certainly had a chance on that play. Kind of a late reaction by both Zuccarello and Rodriguez. And the score is 12-5. It was certainly hit hard down the first base line, but it certainly wasn't moving hard enough for there to be no opportunity for both the right shorty position and the first base position in which Zuccarello and Rodriguez were playing. As we have one in and nobody out for Walters. Walters is 1 for 2 on the day, striking out in the first and scoring in the third. Walters' bat is resting right on his back right shoulder as he loads and swings for strike one as the ball was in the dirt. As a lot of these Houston players have sort of a golf-like swing where their bat is kind of swinging down towards their ankles, knee area, certainly trying to lift the ball. This time is called for a pass and airplane overhead. And some cheering behind us as there's another game going on. It's a little layout of the complex. We have a big, big soccer complex with lots of fields, lots of games. As the second pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed for strike two. Walter's a little bit bent to the knees, and the swing is swung through and missed for strike three. Walter's run back in the third inning was certainly smoke as it was kind of lined up down to the right center side. Hard liner.
As the 0-3 pitch is swung on and missed, and Walters goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So we got 1 in and 1 gone for Marquez. He's 1 for 2 with a run in the first and a strikeout in the third. Nothing but strikeouts for the Hurricanes, as they have struck out 9 times so far in the game. And the Renegades have only had 1 putout at the rover position with Joe McCormick in the second. Marquez getting his base check, wearing his blue blindfold over his eyes, as he's getting set with his bat over his head with a tall target from the catcher. And the first pitch is grounded weakly up the middle. Zuccarello coming in on it and makes the play. Score that play at 9, and that is the second out of the inning. Pretty routine play by Zuccarello, if you ask me, as that ball was hit roughly 80 feet towards the right center side, as the score is 12-5, as Zuccarello is 1 putout away from 400 career putouts, as I have been told. He's 1 away from 400. I doubt that. And 2 gone for Hutchins, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And the first pitch to Hutchins is swung on and missed, as that ball was way over his head. As Hutchins has a closed batting stance and swung on and missed for strike 2, as he was very late on that pitch. Hutchins in his first couple of bats has been made contact very late and then very early, but has not made any so far in this at-bat, as he foul tips it back towards the catcher for strike 3. As Hutchins is down and is threatening a 3-strikeout game. The golden sombrero. Oh yeah, that's right. And the 0-3 is taken. Check swing there, but he almost went. But was taken. You don't usually see check swings. He was certainly hesitating there. Didn't decide whether or not he wanted to swing or not. But nonetheless, it's a take and a full count. And the payoff pitch is grounded hard down the right field line. Right-eyed Zuccarello bounces off his knees. He's going to recover and makes the play. And that is career stop number 400 for Guy Zuccarello, as that is a number 9. Congratulations, Guy Zuccarello. What a play by Zuccarello to recover on that ball as it bounced off his knees, and he recovers to make the play. As after 3.5, we have a score of 12-5. Going into the bottom of the 4th, we're going to have leading off Luis Rodriguez, followed by Drew Crook, and then back to the top of the order in Joe McCormick. Hey, Guy, come here. Guy, come here. Guys, Zuccarello. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Gina as Guy's on deck. All right, here we go.
All right, thank you, Hunter. That was an amazing inning. I mean, Guy hit a milestone. Lisa, it is 12-5 Renegades. We are on top right now. Up versus number 37, Shane Canton. All right. May or may not be any substitutions in this inning, but we'll wait and see. It's the bottom of the fourth. Yeah, Joyce, the Renegades are indeed winning. So we have Peter Connolly is pitching to Shane. Peter's put the ball into play quite a bit today, so he's doing well. Shane is waiting for his base check. All right. Defense is set. All right. So Shane still has his sleeves rolled all the way up. He's got elbow pads, a couple of knee pads going. Got shorts on. We're really trying hard to protect our bodies here. Grounder, and he's making his way to first base. That grounder was down the third base line. And he is safe. Making it 13-5.
What's up with that? What's up with that? I woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rings and you wanna chat. Well, sit down and tell me what's up with that.
I don't know if you can hear the calling cards that we're doing, but there's something. They're probably one of my favorite parts of being a Renegade. Another sound question. How much of the background noise can you hear? Like, how much of the bench talk can you hear? Can you hear any of it? Is it muffled? Can you only hear my voice? Again, just for my own information, so we know how the technology is working. Can you hear the calling cards? I want to know. Swing and a miss for strike one. Don, can you hear the calling cards? All right, hi guys, I'm back. Please let me know if you can hear this. For those that just missed it, Elrod scored a run and Guy scored a run. I believe it is 14-6. We are back to the top of the order with number 46, Joe McCormick. Yeah, make sure I'm caught up. All right, hi Dean. Thanks for tuning back in. Feel free to share this and just let people know that it cut out and I had to start it over again. Swing and a miss for strike two. And he is safe. That was a very short ball. He managed to score on it.
Chinese fire burning on the base path. Whoa!
Up next, number 53, Sean Devenish. William Natoli, thank you for tuning in. We didn't see you at the last stream. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Go, Sean. Go, Shawnee.
Got a grounder up the middle, and he's making his way to first. And he's safe! Alright, we got a substitution. What number is he? What number is Sanchez? Alright, number 48, David Sanchez, with number 7, Peter Connolly, pitching to him. Swing and a miss for strike one. Foul back. Swing and a miss for strike three. Sanchez strikes out. All right, up next, number 71, Elena Regan. All right.
Regan smash! Regan smash!
Everyone's in the way. I'm trying to do this live stream here. Everyone's just walking out everywhere. Yes, we are really pushing the hydrating here today and all this week because it is hot. It's hot, hot, hot. Of course, the umpire's in the way. All right, Swing and a miss for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two.
Let's go, Laney.
Got number 44, Ron Cochran, pitching to her. Swing and a miss for strike three. Laney strikes out, but that's all right. Back to Louie. Brett Sanders, thanks for tuning in. Swing and miss for strike two. Hi, Larry. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Renegades are winning right now. I want to say it's like 17-5. Chip Hooper, thanks for tuning in. You weren't on the last on the first half of this, so thanks for tuning in. All right.
All right, Lou, you got this, brother.
Swing and a miss for strike three. Fly foul ball.
There. That was in the air.
Square. Ooh. Line drive bomb, making his way to first base. Oh. All right. Elrod scores. I think that brings it 18. All right. Hey, Baz, thanks for tuning in. You're coming at a good time. We are killing it right now. I believe it is 18-5. No, it's Guy. All right, up next, number 9, Guy Zuccarello. Guy made 2 putouts in the last inning, bringing him to a whopping 400 career putouts. Pretty amazing. Oh. All right. Hi, Soto. Thank you so much for tuning in. Water. Someone's.
Can you do encore for Hunter while he takes the camera? I think
Yeah.
he's really bad.
I'm gonna have Hunter take over the stream for a minute because I really have to go to the bathroom.
Zuccarello grounds it down. The right field line quick is getting on it and makes the play. And we are now going to take a break, 5-minute break, as the Renegades are now in the 12-run rule. So the way the 12-run rule works is if a team gets above 12 runs on a team, that team has to play defense for the remaining of the game unless the team on offense ties the game or takes the lead. And if that happens, then the team playing the defense gets the at-bats that they lost back. No, I don't want that. All right, let me get some interviews going here. Guy, where are you? Guy! Zuccarello! Get over here! Get over here! I have some important questions to ask you. All right. Right here, right in front of the camera. All right, Guy. Yes. So, in the previous inning, you recorded your 400th career putout. How does that make you feel?
Proud, but also just like I've been doing it a long time, you know. It's like what previous in the season I crossed the 200 game mark, so you could just look at it like it's just only 2 putouts per game.
Yeah, certainly a season of milestones for you.
Yeah, true.
So Rob wanted to ask. Actually, I wanted to ask you because Rob actually asked me a question, and I was very curious. Do you remember your first ever putout? I thought so. I mean, that was what. No, do you remember what year it might have been?
So on Rob's records, it would have been 2006, and yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what game that would have been. Not a clue.
I mean, I kind of figured you've made so many putouts and so many games throughout your career, and then tack on the couple of runs that you scored as well. What's your thought process going on through this game so far?
Just trying to have fun, just trying to have fun, stay loose. That's when we play our best, is when we're focused but not too amped up and just playing loose but aggressive, just trying to stay in that mindset, stay relaxed, and control the things we can control, right? That's what we preach all the time, so just trying to do that.
All right, Guy. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your 400th careers.
Thank you so much. Thanks for all you guys.
Yeah, of course. All right. Let's see. Who do we want? Christian! Come here. Let's go. Oh, come on. It's your first game back. All right, fine. Hey, Rob. Ace. Well, I'm going to interview you. We got Jason Latchek here, usually my driver, or at least my carpool to the Zuccarello house to the airport. All right. So, how do you feel like the defense is operating right now, and how well do you think they're playing?
Defense is playing pretty well. I don't really think we're playing quite as well as the offense because they are firing on basically every cylinder. But defensively, callers are making good calls. The players are absolutely getting to the spots. They haven't quite made all the plays, but you're never going to make all the plays. We've had a couple of weird bounces. I'd like to see just a little bit more communication from one player to the next to just give that little bit of like it's on my right, it's on my left, it's over me type of thing. But overall, they're playing a great game. I'm really happy with this.
Would you say that with all the strikeouts, you can get a little antsy out in the field?
Yes, absolutely. When you look down on the sheet and there's K, 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 it does make things out in the field a little bit challenging to keep yourself mentally sharp. But the good news is I got guys out there like Shane who are just so prodigious with their bellies that it keeps me focused on something.
Yeah, certainly. And lastly, do you think the atmosphere, like in overall, is pretty good? And do you think they can carry that out throughout the day?
Right now, things are with the way things are going, both offense and defense, and actually for the most part running the lines. Although we've had a little trouble with some of the lines today. Pretty much all three phases we're doing quite well with. So just keep it locked in, and then you see what happens from there.
All right, thanks, Ace. All right, Chris, let's go, bud. Interview time. Chris has got this towel over his head to keep his head cool and everything like that. So, is this your second World Series? Yeah. All right. So, how do you, based on your experience from the last World Series, your let's say sophomore World Series, do you feel like you're a little more relaxed? Did you feel like you were more nervous in the first World Series?
Oh, definitely 100%. Figured out some things mentally and physically to stay calm and stay loose at the same time, so for sure.
So, going off of that, how do you think that carries over to the experience of playing in now this World Series? How do you think you can carry yourself through the week?
I mean, it's just honestly, it comes down to just staying focused on the right things, and now that I'm aware, I guess awareness is a key. Now that I'm aware of those things, it's easier to keep track of, know how I'm doing, and then hydrating.
Yeah, that's absolutely key. So with that, so I guess that one last question. In your first at bat, you scored your first run of the series for yourself. Does that amp you up, or does that keep you focused?
Keeps me focused, really. I'm doing what I got to do. It felt good to hear the hard one call from the callers out there. Know that I squared up the ball pretty well. So just keep me focused on making sure I'm doing what I got to do at the plate to keep making contact and scoring runs whenever the team needs it.
All right, Chris. Thank you so much. All right.
Rob. Uncle Rob. Come on. I even got Ace to do it. Come on. All right, Brian. Come on, Rob.
Hey, Sean?
What?
Yes. Yes, I did. He said he didn't remember.
I'm very disappointed you don't remember your first one.
Who else can I get?
That's because it was in 1974.
Hey, Mike. Why don't I get Mike over here?
Average height of a person back then was shorter.
Hey, Mike.
His first putout was against Babe Ruth.
He helped build the pyramids.
Oh, he's Italian.
Hey, Rob. Dias. Come over here.
Take the field.
All right, so the Renegades are taking the field on defense. We've got a few defensive substitutions here as the Renegades are up big here in the fifth inning, or top of the fifth. Renegades are up 18-5 right now. Lopsided score. Certainly has been one-sided. As we have substitutions as Elena Reagan, number 71, is going in to play first base. As well as Drew Crook is playing the third base side, wearing the number 47. Subbing in for Shane Canton. And Elena Reagan going in for Luis Rodriguez. As it looks like we have a pinch hitter here. I got that. But he's pinch hitting for Biggins. Yeah, I got it. As Harrison is remaining in the game. Pinch hitting for Biggins, as Biggins was 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored in the third. What number is Harrison? 21? Harrison batting from the right side of the plate. He's got some gray, they don't look like batting gloves. They look like workers' gloves. With some knee pads on both knees and some tall black socks with white and blue Nike cleats, as he has his bat far behind his right shoulder with his elbow up, getting set in the box. He's swinging the silver gray softball bat with a red grip. And the first pitch to Harrison is swung on and missed for strike one. Pitch was a little low in the dirt. Harrison seems to be swinging more towards his waist. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike two. Has more of a level swing than most players in the starting lineup for Houston. Swinging up by his chest area. As he again reset in the box. And the 0-2 swung on and missed for strike three, as he is definitely late on that pitch. Swinging behind, stepping out of the box as he thought he struck out, but he still has one more. Catcher helping him get his bearings, reset at the plate. As Harrison has 3 strikes on him. His baseball pants are just above his knees, above his knee pads. Kind of wearing them like shorts. And the 0-3 swung on and missed, and now Harrison goes down on strikes for the first out of the 5th. So because it is the 5th inning, and if the Renegades get 3 outs in this inning, they will immediately go to the top of the 6th, where they will try to finish off the Hurricanes with 3 more outs. The temperature just keeps rising here, as it's 10:36 here in Oklahoma, and now it's whopping 87 degrees. Slowly rising in temperature. Only going to get hotter. And there's not a cloud in sight in the sky. Very, very clear sky today. As we have Tim Cyphers coming back up to the plate, as he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts back at the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd inning. As there's 1 out, and it is a 18-5 game. And the first pitch is in the dirt and swung on and missed for strike 1. Cyphers has some tattoos on his left arm, going up from his forearm to his bicep as he swings and misses for strike 2. A little late on that pitch. Wearing backwards Houston Astros cap as he swings through and misses for strike 3. Cyphers in danger of striking out 4 straight times. As the 0-3 swung on and missed, and Cyphers goes down on strikes for the 4th time in a row. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for Navarro, who is 1 for 1 on the day, scoring back in the 4th, as he lined one down the right field line that got past Zuccarello and Rodriguez when he was playing on the first base side. Navarro has an elbow pad on his left arm and a knee pad on his left leg, sort of like a baseball hitter, as they'll have protection facing the pitcher. He's got a wide batting stance, a lot more than shoulder width apart, as he's getting his base check first and then third. As Navarro gets set in the box. And the first pitch, swung on it and missed for strike 1. He had a very off-balance swing there. So as we're going through the inning, I was looking through Walmart one of these days. It was actually yesterday, as he swings and misses for strike 2 very late. And I was going through the aisle. And in Massachusetts, you don't really see sunscreen go above 70. Well, I was going through and I saw SPF 100 sunscreen, which is certainly a first as Navarro swings through for strike 3. And honestly, definitely going to get sunburned this week, but you know what? I'm glad that there's strong sunscreen to go along with it as Navarro fouls it back towards the Boston bench. As he tipped it off the end of the bat. Staying alive. And certainly when you burn as easy as me and you're going to look like a red lobster at the end of the week, you're going to want that SPF 100 sunscreen. And the 0-3 pitch swung on and grounded weakly up the middle. Zuccarello coming in on it as well as Dias. It's going to be Zuccarello, and he scores just before Navarro could hit the first base bag and make that put out number 401 for Zuccarello in his long, great career. As we're going to the top of the 6th, and we're going to make some defensive substitutions here. As Ivan Rodriguez is being subbed in for Joe McCormick at the rover position. And Melissa Hoyt is going in at the midfield position for Sean Devenish. As we're going to the top half of the 6th inning, as we're in the 12-run rule, scores 18-5. Houston looking to make the game a little bit more competitive. As we have Walters, Marquez, and Hutchins due up in the top of the 6th. Walters is 1 for 3 on the day, run in the 3rd, and has struck out in the 1st and 4th. We're here in the top of the 6th. Hey,
give it to me. This is what we're talking about, so you can get off the field. Okay?
All right, first base. All right, we're in top. We're in the 6th inning. Hello, good play.
And the first pitch to Walters is swung on and missed for strike 1. Sort of a golf leg swing.
On your toes out there.
The ball was down in
Get it, Melissa.
Catcher giving a low target down by the ankles.
Ready.
And the 0-1.
Double.
Foul tip back towards the catcher for strike 2.
20.
Walters looking to provide a little bit more offense for the game as his foul tips it back towards the catcher. The catcher makes a nice catch. Strike 3. Got an 0-3 count. Pitch swung on it. Weekly pop-up. Rob Dias coming in on it. Walters running to first base, and Dias makes the play.
Number 18, Rob Dias.
Hey, Weissman. 1 second, please.
Better description on that.
I'm doing 3 things here, but they're...
To the center. Dias
There, finger.
Chance
for Dias. Yep. That's Dias.
Walters running to first base. Someone has playing 6 inch.
I know.
So you're bottom 6?
Here you go, Dias.
Top 6.
Picking the ball up. Hey.
The 4th put out of the game today.
Batter's good. Nice fielding, ready. Batting ready. Chase yet. All right, 1 down. Let's play.
Little pause here as Marquez is getting reset in the box. strikes on Marquez. Then reset. Flat behind his head. Foul tips back towards the catcher. Strike 3. Marquez goes down on strikes. And the Houston Hurricanes are down to their final out.
Get it, D. Go, D.
So, with two out in the inning, we have Hutchins come back with his late.
All right, spotter ready? All right, fielder's ready. Batter, you ready? Base check.
Michael seems to look like he has like 2 eyeballs on the.
It is. His blind looks like he has his eyes on it.
Ready, ball.
First pitch is grounded hard down at the right center. And no one's going to get that. Elena is moving forward. Nowhere near the ball. And a run scored. For the Hurricanes.
Take it off.
Unsure what happened on that play. The ball was hit to right center.
You're right.
Brought by to the right of Zuccarello. Elena's moving forward.
Weissman thinks shake it off is the
The ball was already song ever. Allowed Hutchins to score. 18-6. For Harrison. It was 0 for 1 to strike out Jack in the 5th.
Ace is, I think Ace is saying he made a bad call. I think that's something. He had 3 fingers. So more.
Going back in, but wasn't
Batter, you ready?
right
Base
away.
check.
Pitcher. Harrison gets his base check for first and third.
Giving that chance for a guy.
Ready, ball.
Ball back towards the wall. That lines behind us on the Boston bench for strike 1.
He's Jack, dude. Looking like a cutie patootie, bro.
Because if you need help, he can help you if you need help.
Houston Hurricanes are down to the final round of the game.
Ready, ball.
Time, 20. Swung and missed for strike 2. Didn't look like that was a
Defense trying to get Ivan to go over.
full swing as it kind of came through and stopped. 2 strikes on Harrison.
Hunter, come closer to the stream. They said the audio was faint.
Ready, ball.
This pitch is foul tipped for strike 3.
Here we go, defense.
The Hurricanes are down to their final strike. Harrison looking to keep the Houston offense going, make the game a little bit more competitive. The score is 18-6 with 2 down in the top of the 6th. Harrison goes down on strikes to end the game. And the final score for Game 1 of the World Series for the Boston Renegades.
Hey, did you guys say we weren't
Renegades
shaking
won
hands?
18-6
I don't know.
against the Houston
He wasn't even up.
Hurricanes.
Who
Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to give the mic back to Gina.
Hunter, did you say we weren't shaking hands?
All right, so thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I apologize about the audio. We're going to work on it.
Explain to them why, okay?
Try to
5
make it
immune
better for
compromised
next game.
people. Just tell them that.
So I believe the next game is going to start around 11:30. So just tune back in for that. Until then, Renegades out.